Hello,
Alright,
everyone.
What's up, boys?
Hello.
It's episode 13 or something like that.
Right, if
Like,
Jorge says so.
Wait, what's the actual number? We talk about this every single time at the end of the episode. We don't know, and then
I think we thought last one was 10, and then Saichandra said we were a couple off. So,
okay, so
Yeah.
Saichandra, what are we?
like we're definitely more. We're in the double digits for sure, and like well past that. And since we never did an official celebration for it, yeah, I think this is episode 13 though. Dun dun dun.
Wait. Holy.
But yeah, so we never did an official celebration for hitting double digits.
Okay, so we'll do it. Okay, you said that, but we don't actually have any prepared to celebrate with.
I mean,
You know, we can do like a Christmas celebration. That when we hit episode like 15, we'll celebrate our double digit.
yo, like what are the odds that we hit episode 25 during Christmas time?
I
We
feel
That's
got-
like-
impossible. You know that's impossible.
Like at the rate we've been doing, it's not possible. But if we can
Okay.
pump them out,
we're going to hit 15 by Christmas, I think, because we do two a month,
Only-
right?
Only 10
Two a
off.
month.
something
Yeah.
like that. Hey, so one can dream, right? Is that the point
Yeah,
of Christmas?
That is true. One can indeed dream.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean
We're
it's
gonna
gonna
hit
happen.
25
one
like
can
next year. hmm
That's true. I'm just
So
Yeah.
Saichandra, I heard you had the story for us.
Yeah. Speaking of being an optimist, you guys know how I had this dry segment of just saying a pickup line, and you would give me shit for it.
Yes.
Well, I've actually
Mhm.
proved it. I've actually proved my efficacy, on actual potential mates.
This is very really degenerate. But
Like-
okay, continue.
Like, bro, you're just a hater, bro. You're just a hater that I found the spark with an absolute baddie.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
so yeah, so to preface, this event made my week, and no one judged because it took a lot of balls. Not really, but so I watch Love Island, okay, with my roommates, and it's a stupid show. I mean, I was never into reality TV until we started watching this, and it's so mindless. Yeah, it's
What's
so
it even
easy to
about?
watch. Basically, it's just a bunch of participants are placed in a room or in a house, and then they're supposed to couple up with each other, and then whoever's not in a couple, they get booted off the show. Okay, and
Okay.
so throughout the duration of the show, I guess, like maybe every week they'll bring in a new contestant, and then that new contestant will try to like spice up the couples or like mix them up,
How do they mix up? Like, do people just is it like
Every week, like the contestants get to choose who they want to be in a couple with. Okay.
Oh, so it can change.
Yeah. So there's gonna be like 5 guys and 5 girls, for example. So there'll be 5 couples, right? There'll be one
Yeah.
guy and one girl in a couple.
Mhm.
And so like now, like let's say a 6th guy enters, right?
Oh,
so now
okay.
now it's not equal, right? It's like 6
Yeah.
guys, 5 girls. So the
Mhm.
girls get to choose who they want to be in a couple with. They can either stay with the guy that they're with, or they can like go with the 6th guy, or they can just go with one of the other. Like, okay, they get their pick of the 6.
Mm-hmm.
And so whoever is
they-
not in a couple gets booted.
yeah.
Yeah. And so that's how they like spice up the show, because like they'll bring someone like almost every week.
Okay.
Mix it up. Anyway, so there's this one contestant in Love Island season 1, Australia. Like she's insane. And so I went on her Instagram and I started following her like after I finished the grand finale.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna comment. And so I commented, and I was like, I'll be honest, like I was a simp. I was a total
I'm
simp.
glad you recognize.
Yeah. But then she replied to my comment, bro. And I was like, oh my God. Like I don't
What was the
I don't know how to-
comment and what did she say?
Okay. Okay. Here's my comment. Like, you're absolutely gorgeous. Love you, Queen Cass. Let's start Love Island, Los Angeles. And then I end it with the queen emoji.
What a heartfelt message.
And then she replies, I'm in. And then she puts a smiley face.
Congratulations.
That was the most degenerate. Actually, it's not the most degenerate thing I ever heard because we hang out with Daniel, but
Hey,
that was one of the most What? Okay.
Congratulations, Saichandra.
Yeah. If it-
I'm
if
gonna
it
say
works, it works.
congratulations, Saichandra. I'm proud of you. You did it. You made it.
Like, yeah, I really made it, bro. I'm pulling.
Does
You,
this give
Here's
Saichandra
a-
like 100% success rate so far?
100%
Amazing.
success. Absolutely. Like,
Your
I mean,
pickup lines are great.
exactly. I give you the shit ones, you know? You guys are just my practice run. Once I
okay. Yeah.
once I go on the hunt, like it's like I'm bringing my A game.
It's easy. Yeah,
Mhm.
So I'm easy money sniper. So I was saying, bro.
So I have a
All
question
right.
for everyone. Since Thanksgiving is like coming up, are you guys like, what are you guys doing with what's the plan this year? You guys staying at home? You guys staying with your roommates in college? What's the ish?
Mm,
I guess I'll go first.
Yep.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, so usually for Thanksgiving, for the past 3 years, since my older brother and I go to college in nearby LA, my parents have come to visit us, and then we also visit our Irvine cousins, and we spend Thanksgiving together. But this year, none of us are going to be in LA, so we were actually going to go visit my grandparents before, but then that turned out to be a terrible idea, so we canceled that. So we're not going anywhere this
So when did you guys
Thanksgiving.
decide you guys want to go to your grandparents?
Well, we decided many months in advance because we knew that we weren't going to be going to LA. So we thought like, oh, I guess I haven't like seen my grandparents in a long time. And at the time, I think cases were going down, but recently cases have been going up. So now we're like, okay, well, screw it. We're not going to the Bay Area anymore. That's a terrible idea. And now we're just going to stay home and probably make food, and that'll be it.
That's comfy. That's nice.
Yeah,
Yep.
comfy is nice. Food is good. Staying
I
home,
agree.
food.
So are you gonna cook any like special food or like typical?
Well, it'll be special food, but I wouldn't say it's like special Taiwanese food or anything. I think it's just
It's-
whatever my parents feel like cooking. I think for the past few years, my mom has just been like, "Oh, why don't we just make Korean fried chicken or something?"
Oh, so
This
you guys don't eat
year-
like turkey and shit?
We tried turkey, but it was just we couldn't really do it. One, because like the turkey was so large, we couldn't finish it, and two,
Mhm.
because like I guess none of us really like turkey that much, so we'll just eat some other kind of meat. I'm not sure what it'll be this year. We'll find out. I'll let you guys know in the next episode probably. How about you guys?
I guess I'll go next. Because I'm pretty similar to Daniel. Typically, or I guess I'm just staying at home this whole quarter, so I'm already with my parents. Typically, we'll go down to Mexico to visit my family and my grandparents and stay with them on both Thanksgiving and Christmas. And that was the plan at first, but because of like cases going back up and that kind of thing, we've similarly had to scrap that because I guess it's kind of dangerous to like I guess be around my grandparents. Because of that, we don't want to get them sick or anything. So it seems like we're just gonna chill here and not do much of anything. Yeah, nothing special.
Yeah, I think similar on my end. Usually for Thanksgiving, I've always driven back home down back to where my parents are, and we celebrate as a family. And we would usually go to like San Francisco to meet up with my dad's family. I think we'd also have a second dinner with my mom's family. But this year we decided to just pretty much just stick at home. I actually already know what we're eating. We're eating a lot of like we're eating some like American classics like mashed potatoes and like what I don't know. I think that's
There's
it.
cornbread on the menu.
Maybe there's no cornbread. It's
Oh
definitely I
my
think it's
God.
literally just mashed potatoes and I think that's and then we're eating like a bunch of other like Asian stuff or like barbecue.
It's
Yeah.
not very American.
Yeah. We used to do like turkeys and stuff, but then we found that I don't know. I was the only person that actually liked turkey, and I didn't want to make my mom cook turkey if no one else liked it. Because what happens is that it just turns into like porridge. Like we just make like a fucking rice porridge.
Yeah,
That's what it turns into.
I think my family usually does turkey or ham, and I quite like turkey, so it works out.
Yeah, turkey's kind of good. I don't know. There's a lot of issues with cooking it because it's a big piece of meat.
Yeah.
And it just ends up being dry, but I don't know. I kind of like it. It feels very clean. But I think this year we're just pretty much staying at home.
Yeah. No, I like I mean, we're all like, not. I guess we all have like our own ethnicities, and I think what I like about that, especially with Thanksgiving, is that you get a pretty good spread. You know, like you can always have your Asian meals, you can have your Hispanic meals, and then you can also have like American food. And so just to have that whole mix, like all late spread out on the table, like damn, like you're really feasting. You know, I guess that's
Mhm.
what I enjoy about Thanksgiving. Like it's really about the food. I mean, whenever we have gatherings in general, we tend to have more food than typical, but I guess like Thanksgiving is just different. So it's more about ensuring. Yeah, I'm not like you guys. I'm throwing a party with 50 people for Thanksgiving.
Hey.
I mean, like I don't know what to say. Like I'm just like a broken record at this point. So I had to
All right.
switch it
You're
up.
not
I
gonna
had to
go see
switch it
your
up on
parents
you
or
guys.
anything?
So I will. I'm in Westwood right now. As you can see, I'm not homeless anymore.
Mm.
But what that means is because I'm in Westwood, what I'm gonna be doing is like all of my roommates are also going home. They're also from SoCal. We're all just gonna be, I guess, isolating ourselves for 2-3 days and then go home. So like the plan is like we'll get tested, we'll make sure that we isolate for 2-3 days, and then we can go home. Like it's just being extra precautionary, you know.
Doesn't
So
UCLA is UCLA the one offering tests? Is that what it is? I don't
so
remember.
UCLA has the Ash Center. They are doing free COVID testing, and so they've set up a few spots on campus, like the Covell area. Um, they're doing testing. They do the nasal test, I think.
Oh.
There's also so right across UCLA though is the Veterans parking lot, and they are also doing testing, and that one is a drive-by
Drive-by.
self-administered. Like, yeah, triggered. It's a yeah, so it's a drive-in self-administered oral test.
Self-administered?
Yeah, super
Oh.
easy. The reason I know this is because I'm a COVID worker there.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
But I'm a
Helping
volunteer. I'm on the front lines. Not really, but like, so I mean, in a way, that forces me to get tested pretty frequently. So like, I know I'm being safe, and I have to be, you know, because I guess my most recent shift, we hit 4,000 patients in one day. Like, they're just getting tested.
Holy dude.
It's insane. So
Wait, 4,000 a day?
4,000 in one day. Yeah.
So you guys is like packed every single day? Okay, like I guess you're like sort of in the front lines per se. Is it like kind of bad? Like do people come up, they look visibly sick, or is it just like, oh, they're just this is a checkup?
Like, if I'm being honest, I haven't seen people that were visibly sick, but I mean, let's be honest, like with those numbers, like yeah, even on a chill day, we're seeing 1,600 patients in one day. So like, come on, like it's at that point, it's just like probability. Like, you really think there's not going to be one positive in 1,600 or 4,000 patients?
Yeah.
I mean,
Interesting.
so like with that said, I mean, I haven't seen anyone visibly sick, but I mean, there's still a good number of asymptomatic cases. Yeah, like it's just simple maths. Yeah.
I guess my question is like, so no, okay, I guess this is actually more back to Thanksgiving, to be honest. But
more lit stuff.
when do you guys have like, I don't know, is it like ritualistic? Like, is there a certain order of how things have to go? Like, everyone has to come in. It's like you guys have to wait for everyone to come over. You guys have to talk for like an hour, 30 minutes, and then the food will be available for everyone. And then you guys all eat. You guys have to give your plates to the older people first. Is it like that, or is it just like you come in, there's food already, just grab whatever you want, and you can do whatever you want?
We do appetizers in the beginning, you know, because I guess Indian people in general are always running late. So that's why they're appetizers, like out in the front, like just out in the open. And then people can just come in when they enter, they can get some food. I mean, just light stuff to like snack on, I guess. But then when almost everyone's there, then we can cut the turkey.
So are you guys eating all together at like one big table, or is it like, I feel like with us it's like, okay, everyone just, there's like the food is out there, you go, you just grab it, and then you go over to whatever corner of the house you were hanging out before, and then you eat and you do your thing.
Oh, interesting. I see.
Yeah.
For me, we usually stay overnight at my cousin's house. So I think we go there Thanksgiving Day, and so we have just like a regular lunch together, and then we'll probably just hang out at their house, probably watch some movies, play some video games, and then for dinner, I guess sometimes the kids will help out the moms, and the moms will probably prepare some kind of Thanksgiving. We might even buy some stuff outside maybe if they don't really want to cook, but we'll all probably eat like dinner together at their dinner table, and then after that, spend the night probably, and then I guess like say goodbye the next day, stop by like for Black Friday shopping, and then just head back home. I think that's how it's been for the most recent years, but this year, yeah, it's gonna be different.
Yeah, I think don't have much to add. Mine's pretty similar to Randy's in that we all kind of do our own thing, and it's kind of like staggered who eats when, and depending on when other people will arrive. I mean, typically I'll already be there. It's usually at my grandparents that we eat, and I mean, since I usually sleep there the night before, I'll already be there throughout the day. But yeah, other people will arrive from my family and just eat whenever they're there or whenever. So yeah.
I think it's super interesting how people have like different attitudes. I know, like, okay, I only have experience with my own family, but I know there are other families where people all eat together around one big table, right?
Same.
But I don't know, that maybe that's just from like the movies and shit that I watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that happens for me, but
yeah.
Like, but it has to, like, part of it depends on just how many people are attending the dinner, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your average numbers like when you have a Thanksgiving dinner?
Bro, it's like 20 plus.
ooh.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so it's always like,
I don't think any of my relatives have a table big enough to accommodate.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for me, Thanksgiving is just me hanging out with my cousins, whatever cousins at a given family, and we just sit and chill in a corner, and we just play basketball or something. We like leave the place to go do whatever we want to do. So that's always been like super fun. I think like that's like why I like Thanksgiving. It was just like the eating part of it. It's kind of like boring to be honest. Like it's just it's like cool.
Yeah.
I guess. Food's
Hanging out
nice.
with your cousins is pretty nice.
Yeah, like I said, like, because we're also having over 20 plus people for the dinner, it just makes it easier for the kids to like hang out. You know, they take their own table off to the side. Maybe all the like uncles, like the men, they'll all go to one end of the house, like, stuff like that. Maybe they'll just chill in the backyard or something.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys have like favorite cousins and stuff? And like the okay ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like there's 100%.
Yeah.
Ranking.
I mean, I don't really have too many cousins within like my close family. I only have like 2, and they're like pretty young, so I don't really have any cousins that I hang out with too much.
Interesting.
If I go to more of my extended family that lives in other areas of Mexico, then I have some cousins of my age that I like will relate to more. But yeah, that's my take.
I always wondered, like, do people have cousins they just don't dislike? I feel like with like cousins and stuff like that, it's either you really like them, you hang out with them, or you're indifferent, you just don't talk to them. Like at a family gathering, right? Like you just pretend they don't exist, which is like kind of fucked up. Like you'll like look at them, you be like, "Hey, what's up?" But like you don't really talk to them. But I don't know. Maybe is that just, is this my family or?
Nope, that happens for me.
It happens to you? Sad.
No, happens for me.
Wait, but is it because you just don't aren't around these cousins you're indifferent to as often, or?
That might be the initial reason. Like for me, I only have cousins, the one in Irvine that I used to like eat Thanksgiving dinner with, and so I'm really close with them. And then the only other cousin I have, pretty sure, the only other cousin I have in America is in the Bay Area, living with my grandparents, and she's what, like 6 years younger than me. So like we're close, but the people like in Taiwan, I don't even talk to them. I I say hi, I play video games with them sometimes, but I think there's also a language barrier because my Chinese is pretty bad, and also they also speak Taiwanese, and I don't know any of that. So yeah, there's definitely no communication going on. I mostly just like say hi to them and try to be a good guest. I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, I only have like a couple cousins that I know really well, and the others, well, I mean, I'm kind of indifferent too because I just don't know them too well.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
the same
yeah,
for me. Yeah, it's not like we don't care for them. It's just like I don't speak the language, and two, like I think the age gap
sometimes
is
just
also
like
bigger.
I didn't know you were my cousin. Who are you?
Exactly. I was actually just about to say
I
that. It's usually the people who I know that are my cousins I'm cool with. But if I show up to a family gathering, they're like the cousins of my cousins. Dude, where I'm not talking. Like, I just
yeah,
don't know.
like
Who
there's
you
no
are.
reason to. There's
Yeah.
no reason
But
to.
Yeah,
people
like
that far away come to you guys
like
as like family gatherings.
Well, it's
sometimes.
more like we
Not for
come to like
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I guess
Right.
it depends.
yeah, it definitely depends, but it's like I think it's like we go to like this one family that invites everyone. We go to their house because maybe they have like the best house or whatever or some bullshit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have their own family that we're not related to because that's just how families are.
Yeah.
So then
Mhm.
you're just like, who are these other people?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's
No,
happened
that
to me.
happens. That happens a lot too.
Yeah. That happened to
I
me
think
for a wedding.
oh
Yeah. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say that I've seen that more at like I guess other relatives' birthday parties that I don't or like birthday gatherings whom I don't know too as well. They'll have like very strange segments of the family I've never seen before.
That's true. Yeah. That
Uh,
happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
But do
No,
your parents?
sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Do your parents like take you around like, oh, say hi to this person. This is your dad's whatever, and then
I
like you shake
mean
hands with them and or something like that. And you're like, oh, okay, okay, and then you walk away. You never see them again.
maybe when I was like 10.
Exactly. Same. Not anymore. Don't put me with that bullshit.
Yeah.
My parents
I believe
still
my
do
parents
that.
kind of do that
Now,
still, but it's
I
like
just
Yeah.
kind of sit there.
If they're elder, like if they're I guess like elders, then maybe they're like, oh yeah, say hi to this
Mhm.
person. I'm like, okay, sure. Like if like you can't like force me to get along with someone that's my age, like if I've never seen them, I'm like, oh, he's your extended cousin, like somehow, like
You're like, all right, cool. I
whatever,
guess
like
it
hey,
is.
what's up?
Oh yeah.
think
What were you gonna say?
Unless
Sean?
they're cool, then.
Oh, yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Sorry.
Like, yeah, I mean, I retract my statement about like not in Thanksgiving. Like now that I think about it, like you mentioned, like you bring up a good point, right? Like your relatives had other relatives that aren't in your family, right? And so when they come over, like I definitely see a lot of faces like that I don't know. Like at Thanksgiving, it's even more prominent at weddings, like you said too.
No.
But yeah, I guess this happens. I'm really close with a lot of my first cousins, I guess. But
Mhm.
then if I'm in India, then that's when like I meet a lot of extended family. Even like I have a good number of like half of my first cousins are here, and half of them are in India. So like we talk, but like, is it really that close? So like that question comes up. But even then, like I'm still way closer to them than I am with my extended family, and it's just like weird when I go. I don't
isn't
know,
part of like
yeah.
just the nature of the relationship. Like I mean,
Yeah.
because they're not super close.
Yeah.
I think I think my least favorite part of like Thanksgiving and stuff like that, or family gatherings, is like getting compared to. I don't know. Do you guys get compared to a lot? Like, I feel like it's always at like no matter what, it becomes like some type of like dick measuring competition to either who has the best kid, who's accomplished the most, or like who's fat or who's ugly or some shit like that.
I mean,
Random dumb shit.
I guess I'll say for me, I have like probably a very different experience from you guys because most of my family's in Mexico and like, I mean, they all speak Spanish and they all grew up there, and I have a very different experience to them. So I've not like had that comparison issue occur as often because usually I'm just glad I know enough Spanish to like be able to communicate with them well and
Pretty
like
good.
yeah, be able to
Yep.
tag along
See.
with their discussions. But yeah, I've not really come across the comparison issue because like my life's been pretty different from theirs anyway. So yeah.
Sí, señor. ¿Cuántas personas
Sí.
comía en el día?
Wait, do you not
Like-
get compared to Saichandra?
I mean, I obviously did, and then I think it was especially bad during, I guess, junior and senior year of high school because they're like, "Oh, what college are you gonna apply to? Oh, what are you gonna do? Oh, blah blah blah." So
Mhm.
it was like especially bad then, but now it's like died down, I guess. Like I don't care. Like
You
I
don't
just
care,
I
or
tell
you
my
just-
parents. I tell my parents over here. Just don't tell them anything that I'm doing. Like
Yeah.
just don't tell them.
Oh, interesting. I think
Yeah.
it might be a thing for like Asian parents more to like compare their kids. I think it doesn't happen as often nowadays, but I remember when I was little, it happened a lot. Especially since like the people on my mom's side of the family, they all happen to be like particularly like high achieving and really smart. So especially my Irvine cousins, they were always like doing a lot of stuff. They were
Damn.
really smart. So like also, they also play a lot of musical instruments. My mom has a thing for that, so she was like, "Oh yeah, you should play music instruments like them." Yeah, stuff like that. And I'm like, "Oh yay, okay."
It's a
So I hated
status
that
thing.
at first, and then now it doesn't happen as often anymore. I don't really see the people on my mom's side because they're mostly in Taiwan, aside from the Irvine cousins. So it hasn't happened in a while, and I don't think it really matters. I don't really care anymore. So
I
yeah.
think my family's kind of weird. We have it okay. We have it like on one household. I told my parents not to do this because it's kind of fucked up. But like, I think at one household we don't compare grades. We compared who's fit because me and my other cousin are relatively chubby, and then every time any of us would lose weight, it'd be like, oh, look at them, they lose weight, they do exercise. What about you? Why don't you do that? So it became stuff like that. And then the other family is like, we don't more directly say like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing this. It's more just like subtle flex, like, oh yeah, he like applied to college and he like got a bunch of scholarships, but he didn't even go to the ones where he got a scholarship. So what is the point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Point being, it's always like dumb stuff like that. Not so much anymore, thankfully, because one, I'm always in school, so I miss all the family gatherings now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I just hate having to be there when it happens. Like as long as we don't know about it, like whatever. Like I guess I don't really care
They
about
do it in
it.
front of your face and the other
Yeah,
guy's
like,
face,
this
and
is
it's like, bro,
awkward.
chill
Yeah,
out.
it's really awkward. I know.
How do you feel when you're being compared? Do you feel one that's worse? How do you feel?
It just feels bad.
But if
It
you're the
feels
one that's better,
bad.
how does it feel?
It feels bad too. You're like, I don't really want to make eye contact
I mean,
with you.
like
I'm
you
sorry.
can be honest, Daniel. You can be honest.
No, it's just awkward because like your parent is basically roasting their parent and them. You're just like, can I go now? I don't want to stand here.
Yeah.
And then
You don't,
I
you
know
don't
when I
offer
was,
your cousin advice like, yeah, it's not that hard. Like, to be honest, this is all I do. You don't do stuff like that.
I know like sometimes the aunt or uncle will be like, oh, he'll like ask you like, oh, what do you do? Why are you like this? And blah blah blah. And like, I'm just like kind of like give him an answer that doesn't like hurt the cousin's feelings.
Why are
like,
you like this?
Are you fucked up, bro?
Yeah, relatives are a little bit harsh sometimes, and I don't think they realize it. I think when I was little, I used to get like butthurt about it, and that's why I really hated it. And then I would like complain to my mom afterwards. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I feel like after like telling her that, she's been like more mindful of it. So I guess that's nice of her. Or maybe it's just because I don't really care about that kind of stuff anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe it's both.
Sure. Both sounds probably more realistic, honestly.
Mm-hmm. So I think another big thing of like family gatherings outside of like the comparison is family drama, as in like for some reason someone always wants to get into a fight or an argument has to happen at least once in any family gatherings. Do you guys have any like wild fighting stories?
I don't have a wild fighting story, but I do have a wild story. Okay, like this is like a long time ago, so maybe I was in middle school,
Mm-hmm.
and then like we were throwing this party, so we rented out a whole like banquet hall in this Indian restaurant, and
Holy
then
shit. A Halloween party?
no, like it was just like a regular party.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, Indian families don't do
I'm
Halloween
on the
parties.
same page now.
Yes. So keep in mind that I'm in middle school too, so it was rather traumatic to witness this. But it's very common for the Indian dads to always bring up politics. Like it's either American politics, which like annoys me, because like I feel like I know more and they say shit, and then that irks me. But that's not the point. Or they'll talk about Indian politics, right? And it's always going to lead to a heated argument. And so, like, I guess, and they're all boozing and shit. So this guy, I guess, like, just got on top of one of the tables and then started like jumping because he was, and like
Wait,
he was like
got
trying to
on
make
the
his
table?
point. Yeah, like it's this round table with cloth on it, and then I guess like everyone was done with dinner anyway, and then like there was just music playing, and so he was just like he's got on the table and started jumping on it, and then it was like trying to make his point. I'm like, what? And I was just like sitting like, and I was with my friends in the back, and we're like, what is going on?
Just like trying to sit there, leaned his chair, leaned it back. There's a dude standing on the table. He's like, "Holy shit, what is happening?"
Oh no, I was not. I was not on the same table. Thank God. Like what the? Like
Is
what?
this guy still invited to parties?
What do you guys
No.
do? What? How do you guys handle that situation when that happens? Do you just like look and you're like, "What the fuck?" Or is it like, do you guys try to calm him down?
I mean, like I personally will not do anything. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess like whoever he's interacting with, like it's up to them to get him to calm down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like whoever like is in that circle, like they've got to control it. I mean, it is how it is. If it gets really bad, then I guess like other people will get involved, like more people like that are just watching. Like it's a bystander effect.
Yeah.
Like more people are there, like listen.
Entertainment.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine? Like, I wish that we just blasted music as soon as that happened. It'd be like, oh, ooh, he's dancing.
Wait,
That would've been-
I always wonder like, how do you guys respond afterwards? Like, is the day ruined because of that, or do you guys just like, ha ha ha, look, it's Uncle Henry jumping on the table?
like it
Like,
really.
what do you
is
guys
a ha,
do?
ha, ha. Like, it's like ha ha ha. Like that's literally what it is. Like it's like there's awkward tension there for sure.
You guys
But
gag on him.
You just gotta
for it
play it off.
afterwards?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's not, like
Really?
I won't. Like it's not my place to do that. If my friend did it, 100%, I'll bring it up every single time. Like
Yeah,
I don't
no,
care.
like did your other family? Because I'm assuming it's like your relatives, right?
Oh no, they don't care. They don't like. They
They
don't.
didn't.
bring it
They
up.
never like. You guys never brought it up. Like, haha, remember that one we got really mad and started standing on the table.
I think that one. I think that very specific moment I told you about is something that like they remember, but they will not speak of.
Oh, so it's actually
Taboo
kind of
now?
like shameful, kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't think anyone would want to bring that up.
Yeah, just forget it happened. But everyone knows it happens, but no one's gonna say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Exactly. Oh my god. Do you guys
That's
have that story
awesome.
or something like
Yeah.
that?
I definitely cannot relate to uncle jumping on the.
Or
Well,
you can
that's
be
actually so
that
funny.
person then. You can be that person.
I sure hope I don't ever do that.
Come on. It'll
But-
be lit.
What about you, Daniel? You have any
Yeah.
wild family stories?
Well, what Saichandra said about politics kind of like happens to my family. I think it's worse for all of us if our families talk about politics because we live in America, but our family lives in another country. So now we have two different countries' politics to talk about. And so like they'll talk about like American politics. And then when they're tired of that, and then there's Taiwanese politics. And then since Taiwan is like kind of like, well, no, Taiwan is affiliated with China basically. There's also Chinese politics. There's always some kind of politics at the table. And I don't, maybe it's for my family, but whenever they talk, they're like really loud.
Same,
It always
yeah.
sounds like they're arguing. And I don't, that's not really supposed to happen, I don't think, for Mandarin. Mandarin is like kind of like a softer like language. But for some reason, whenever my grandparents and like aunts and uncles speak, it always sounds like they're like yelling at somebody or something like that. But I can understand that they're not, but it sounds like it. I don't
That's actually
know.
so funny.
I know,
I find this really funny.
It
We
just sounds
have
like
a-
they're arguing or something. Like, what?
Should we do a podcast like that next time? Just yell at each
Yeah.
other like we're having an argument.
But we're actually not yelling at each other.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think my family talks about politics. Or at least here's the thing. I'm always like secluded in the corner of the house, like hanging out with my cousins. So it's never like stuff like that. When I was younger, I used to like physically fight with my cousins. I think Daniel can attest that I still like physically fighting with people because I think when we did live together, I think at least once a month we'd try and fight each other in some
Yeah.
capacity physically.
Kind of wrestling.
You're a hands-on guy, Randy.
So
Touchy-feely.
with that being said, there was one Thanksgiving where we decided to have like a fight and like we started wrestling and I think I hurt one of my cousins. Dad got really pissed. So that happened. Other than that, usually it just ends up like someone getting really fucking pissed because they just get shit on for like their weight or like grades or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. Or like someone has like a bad attitude for some reason. I don't know. I feel like we get cursed a lot with people having bad attitudes. I think what's funnier is usually, I don't know. I think with my family, it's actually relatively calm when it's like our extended family because we're trying to put up appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the more interesting one is probably like friend gatherings where when one person gets salty in the middle of the night and they just get mad the entire time. For example, when back in high school, I used to have one of my friends was super salty like all the time. And like anything like mildly annoying happened to him at the dinner table, he'd be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm leaving. And then he would just get up and leave. And we wouldn't see him for the next week.
Whoa. Oh,
It
cool.
was actually so childish. I don't know. We just like tease him. We just say some dumb stuff like, I don't remember. It would just be like, we just say
like,
his
I'm
name
done.
or something.
Bye.
He'd get annoyed, and then he'd be like, "Okay, guys, I'll see you guys next week." And then he just
Next
leaves.
week? Wait, next week? Like, so you wouldn't see him at like school or anything?
No, we see him. So he just wouldn't hang out with us for the next week.
Dang.
It was actually so childish. I don't know how to describe it. It was so dumb.
Jeez.
Well, high
It
school.
was kind of funny though.
Yeah,
So
looking
dumb.
back, that sounds interesting.
So pointless. I mean, now it's jokes in retrospect.
Yeah. I guess it's a little bit awkward if he's the only one being teased, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's back in the day. Back in the day.
I mean, at that point, do you guys feel like, oh, thank God he's gone? You know? Like,
No. We just tell him to
Oh.
come back because we think it's. I mean, we find
Come back.
we enjoy his company, hence why we hang out with him. But we definitely find it's like, well, what the heck? So it's kind of funny. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like you just watch him pop off by himself, and he's like, you know what? I'm so fucking mad. I'm done. And he's walk. But it'd be like some dumb stuff where it's like, or like anything that mildly inconveniences him. For example, if it's like we have plans, you know, like sometimes plans randomly get canceled or like someone's delayed. Just not like particularly anyone's fault. It's just like, oh, my mom decided to gank me IRL, so I had to go do something for her real quick. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm done. You guys never take time to hang out with me, and then he'll leave. And I'll like, dude, what?
Aw. 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 How
There's always like stuff like that. I don't know. Actually, I feel like thinking about it, I think like friend gatherings can end up being more dramatic than like family gatherings sometimes. I don't know if that's just you guys. I feel like someone
That's
gets
fair.
mad. Some like people sometimes you have like those guys when people get super mad.
I think it
That's
depends
true.
on your friends.
Yeah, that happened to like me. I guess this was not a gathering, but we have this thing called game night, I guess, like, or this was something that we did like third year. But we have Secret Hitler. Do you guys know what that game is?
We
Yep.
tried playing it once.
Oh yeah. I don't think we had enough people then or something.
Yeah.
But we did try to play. Okay, it's basically Mafia with cards. That's the most condensed version I can tell you.
Mhm.
Okay, so we were playing it with 9 people, and then this one guy was just being a troll, like complete he has a role and he acted like the opposite role. Like it completely throws off all other 8 players, and like that's no like that's completely
it bad?
bad, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh, okay.
I mean, because it's like because there's 2 parties and like you want your party to win, right? And so like you don't know who's in your party, but you're trying to work together. Like that's how Mafia is, right? Like you don't really know who the villagers are, but you still want to work together. So like
Yes.
he completely threw off the game, and then as soon as like we found out who was who, like that like one of her friends got really mad at the guy that was like trolling. He was like, okay, you can either take him or you take me for the next game, and that's it.
Oh, dang.
Like,
Okay,
That's
I don't know.
amazing.
Here's the I get both sides of it. It's like, oh, bro, it's just a game, but also I don't know. I feel like with games when it's like social games or like games with your friends, I feel like on some level you should at least try to play the game.
oh yeah,
You know
I'm
what I
super
mean?
competitive, super competitive.
It's not even a matter of like I'm not expecting you to be good, but I expect you to have like some like care on the results of the game because like the whole point of the game is I'm not saying to win, but you're going into it assuming that everyone wants to at least try to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it completely defeats the purpose. You just straight up know this person is not interested. They're not even willing to try, and it's like now you're just wasting everyone's time.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
Yep.
for example, things like Among Us. If you're just gonna sit there and you're just gonna straight up troll without any reasons, it's like, dude, why even play? Or are you gonna be like, oh, I lost as an imposter. I'm gonna tell you guys who it is so we can go next. I'm like, dude, what the heck?
Whoa.
Fucking chill out.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of Among Us / Mafia type games, that guy that I told you he would leave for a week, we would play Among Us with him, and every single time we catch him out, he'd be like, "You guys are cheating. You guys just randomly kill me. I'm done with this game," and then he leaves for the night, and I'm like, "Dude, are you stupid?"
Okay.
You still
Sounds
like
like
that?
Yeah.
very
Yes.
salty
This happened like
person.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, like
So
Jorge
funny.
said.
Well,
Damn,
at
he
least
has so much
still enjoys being
NaCl.
with you guys.
Yeah.
So salty. It's kind of funny though. Also hang out with
Yeah.
him because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. Real talk.
Huh.
In terms of holidays, right?
Yeah.
There are like 3 holidays in the year. 3 or 4. Right? There's okay. In ignoring ethnicity holidays
Okay.
and just us as Americans.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
There are
sure.
New Year's,
Sure.
there's Christmas,
Okay.
there's Thanksgiving and Halloween. Maybe 4th of July, but fuck, that one's
Okay.
the boring one.
What? Okay.
It's
Yeah.
It
American, though.
depends. I mean, yeah, we do a barbecue on 4th of July, so
Yeah.
it's kind of lit.
Wait, but holidays, like, what are you using to qualify the holidays?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not using the literal definition. I'm using the fun. Actually,
Arbitrary.
if you think about the fun holidays, the only real holidays is Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
Or
other
New,
ones are
New
like
Year's
whatever.
Eve is fun too, though.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's like the same thing, kind of. Like New Year's Eve, New Year's, like it's
Yeah.
the same. Like it's all a blur,
yeah.
you know. So you
Yeah.
can count it as one
Yeah.
event.
I definitely
Yeah.
think I I think it's super funny how like after as soon as Halloween ends, everyone's like, "Okay, guys, it's time for Christmas."
Yeah, I
All the
already see
Christmas
Christmas
stuff is
stuff
up.
up. It's not even Thanksgiving yet, but yeah, like half the street
Yeah.
has Christmas lights now.
I don't know if you guys know, but I think the Indian festival Diwali is right around this time as well. So my
Mhm.
parents will set up the lights for that and then just keep it all the way till Christmas. So
But
like
no
it
one knows
goes
it's for
to-
Diwali, do they?
what do you mean?
Do people know it's for Diwali, not Christmas, or do people just assume it's for Christmas?
I mean, it's
It's
around
Christmas.
late October, November. So like it's way too soon for Christmas, you know?
I feel like people might just assume it's Christmas, though,
Yeah,
I mean,
think
like people
so.
could like,
because
I don't
there's
know,
probably
it is
not
what it
too
is.
many people that know when it actually is.
yeah, no, like I don't expect them to know either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, forgive me because I'm kind of ignorant. Is Diwali the one where people put paint on their face or like the powder thing? That's not Diwali. Which one is
No,
that?
that one's called Holy,
Oh,
like HOLI. That one's like the
okay.
festival of
what's
colors.
Diwali?
Diwali is called like the festival of lights.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like it's like it has some mythological significance. It's like this like god just goes back to his hometown, something like that. I mean, that's I'm giving you a very simplified version, but I guess it just means like good. It's just the triumph of good over evil, like light over darkness. Like that's the symbolism. So that's why it's a festival of lights. So you
So like, what's the fun part for your family?
okay, so like maybe like a few years ago, like you would launch a bunch of firecrackers and whatnot.
Mhm.
You know, like the ones that you could get for 4th of July, like those TNT ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could just buy those and then save it and then use them around this time of year.
Oh,
So that's what we would do.
That's fun.
Yeah. It's pretty late. And then like it's just typical like gathering food. Like, that's always fun. So
I look like hang. I really miss like gathering
Yeah,
with people.
same.
I don't know how to describe it. I think I'm very used to just being by myself. I kind of miss it. Maybe I'll move down. We'll see. No promises, okay? We'll see. I might move down for like a week or 2.
Is that just
Yeah.
visiting then?
No,
Yeah, you're
I
just
come down with
visiting.
like a sleeping bag or some shit.
No, okay.
you have
Well,
an apartment here, Randy. What are you doing?
I am chilling at home with my computer, dude.
yeah. I actually have a bed here. I wasn't gonna bring a bed to the apartment, but I actually have a bed here. So much better.
Exactly. See, Daniel would have lived like a homeless person.
No.
Well,
Or
that's
a lot
like,
better than a homeless person.
Daniel. Like I don't know what to say, man. Like fuck Daniel. All my homies hate
What?
Daniel.
Hey, hey! I would have had basic necessities: foldable chair,
What you
foldable
really have,
table.
though? Let's be real.
No, I bought the table. I probably should return it soon before the
You
warranty.
buy a table? I thought you just use a foldable table.
Oh, I bought a foldable table.
Oh,
Yeah,
Costco.
I bought a foldable table as well.
I think it's time to return it before return policy runs out. I also have a foldable chair. Bring down my monitor.
Wait, so Daniel, you're not heading down for sure at all? No.
Yeah.
I don't think I am. It seems kind of weird because next quarter is going to be virtual as well. So I don't think UCLA will make spring in person. Like that wouldn't make sense.
No, they won't.
And that's also unreasonable. So at this point, I don't think I will need to go back. And I don't even know if I'll be going back because I don't feel like graduation will happen.
So you're not gonna see anyone ever again?
How about I like go for vacation, but not for school stuff?
I'm saying like, yo, let's go like spring quarter. We all get COVID tests or something. Or like over spring break, we'll all get COVID tests. Make sure we're clean. We'll hang out for spring break.
Spring break.
Yeah, just come to
down to
this
do
like
something
spring
like that.
quarter. Yeah.
That might work.
We can figure out. We can talk about behind the scenes, and then you know what we can. Wait, maybe we shouldn't talk about it. Maybe we shouldn't say that we're doing something like this because it's like, you know, it's not against the spirit of patriotism right now. You know what I mean?
I mean, we are like
See what happens.
thinking like spring quarter is what, like April. So
That
I
is
mean, we have
true.
time, and like we're saying if like we have a huge,
yeah.
we're adding a huge if to that. So I mean, we are being precautious, but we're also being hopeful. Hope is all we have.
You know what we should do? You know, after talking about all this friend gathering, we should have like a poker night sometime next week. You know, because we do have like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. We can have like a day where we play poker for
I
like
go
2
to
hours.
sleep I go to sleep at 10 though.
Okay, we can do it before 10 p.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do before 10.
Are you guys busy the entire week? Hello?
Yeah, good point.
I'm free.
Like I'm down. I'm down.
Daniel down?
I will be down for this poker night.
Okay.
Good shit. All right,
Find the winner.
time to rack up my bank account.
Dude, I'm not trying to lose. I'm not trying to win so fucking hard again and then lose to Jorge in the end. Like a choke art. Literally happens every time. It's so
The
annoying.
dark horse candidate.
I mean, as long as Yen's there, I know we're all winning.
Oh yeah. If Yen's there, we just win. Like, I love it. He's like, listen, I have the fucking 5-head play. Like, I know. He's like, he's probably faking right now. Like, I'm going all in. He just straight up loses like 5
Gambling
times.
addiction.
Yep.
Yeah, but this time I will be there, so maybe I'll be throwing off your plans a little bit. I have some good RNG. It happens.
Oh, I fucking hate Daniel. Daniel's hard to play against. Daniel just gets lucky.
Yeah,
Daniel's
You can't play against that.
yeah, you can beat someone good, but you can't beat someone lucky. You know.
True, that is true. Like how Jorge beats me every single time in the end.
Salty. Someone's salty.
Dude,
Just don't walk away from us for a week, Randy, after I beat you.
Ooh.
Oh.
hey,
we'll
here's the
happens.
thing. Listen. I like to be BM sometimes. I like to trash talk, but I can always take the trash talk back, right? So,
Nice.
but if you beat me, I'm not gonna hang out with you for a month, and I'm gonna quit the podcast again. Okay, so that's all I'm saying.
Sounds like a win.
No trash talk.
All right.
But if
We'll see
Daniel
what happens. What happens if I beat you?
Dude, if Daniel beats me, I'm fucking
Yeah, like, yeah, you got to reconsider your whole life.
Yeah, then Daniel's kicked out.
Hey, I want to see like Randy standing outside my front door.
Have you guys ever seen that one copy pasta? It's like an NBA copy pasta. Hold on. Well, let me look at for you.
Okay, so this will be happening next episode, I suppose. Maybe this will be a bonus.
I have a
episode.
copy. I have a copy pasta for you guys.
All right. We'll wait for the special.
Okay, you're gonna. Okay, I wonder if Saichandra is gonna know this one. Okay, you're gonna catch me by myself driving around Elk Grove or Sacramento, begging Daniel's family. I mean, begging Daniel's family for his address. Have you heard that one? Saichandra? No,
Nope.
I think the original. Wait, let me find the original. It's like, hold on. Give me 1 second. Cuban is beside himself driving around downtown Dallas,
Oh,
begging
that's so
for
jokes.
Jordan's
That's
family.
jokes.
Yeah. Dude, some NBA memes are so good. I think there's one that's like, he boomed me or some shit. That was so good. Or the locker room one.
Yeah.
Dude, NBA memes are actually so heat.
Yeah, they are good. I agree.
All right. Shall we conclude it today on our 24th episode of the Meet Us at the Lounge podcast, or Meet Us
Just
over
about
Zoom podcast?
24.
Yeah, it's 24. That way we can get
We're
to
in 24
25.
right now.
Yeah,
That
let's
way
just
we
skip
can
all the
25.
numbers.
No, listen. We say
Let's
it's
get
like
into
24,
imaginary numbers.
23. We say it's 24, 23. Christmas comes around, we'll hit 25.
Yeah.
Wow. Genius.
Like, I don't know about you guys, but we're gonna have our 25th episode for the Christmas special, right? We should do Secret Santas or some shit.
I'm down.
How
I mean, we'll make it work.
so we'll give
As
each
in-
other memes or something.
Hmm?
I have some memes to give everyone. I can give you some memes, and we can guess whose meme came from who.
I'm already gonna let you guys know. Whoever gets me they're getting the spicy one chip challenge, and I want them to eat it on camera for the
Ooh,
stream, for the
I'm
podcast.
down.
Dude, that's
I'm
actually
down.
content.
I'm down. And
I'm
then
down.
Yeah, and then you have to do the whole episode, just like that.
Yeah, that's the content.
I'm down.
Huh.
Wait, I think that could only
Spicy
work if
one
Randy
chip.
gives it to me, right? Because I'm the only one nearby Randy. So
Or
I'm gonna.
what we can all do is we can all order it for
Yeah.
ourselves, and then we
Yeah.
all eat it. For
Yeah.
Oh
content.
no.
All right, eating festival next time or one
Yeah,
day.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, that's our Christmas episode.
Oh, I'm gonna have some spicy memories after that. Okay.
But
Cool.
there's we still have we're still recording before Christmas, so right?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, don't you guys need time to get spicy shit? The good.
Increase
Oh,
the
is it?
tolerance.
Is this an actual thing now? Are we
Yes.
doing it?
Wait, are you the one? Oh, can you handle spicy food? Are you the one with like stomach issues? Or am I
No,
thinking
I
of the wrong friend?
No, I don't have stomach issues.
I have stomach issues, but it's okay.
Yeah,
but I am scared of it. It looks scary.
dude, that's
I've
the
never
I'm also
seen it
sussed
before.
out.
Conquering
I'm also
fear.
sussed out. You're right. Yeah,
I feel like
damn,
I might
it's very
have
motivational.
stomach issues.
I have stomach issues, but I think it's even better. You know what I mean? Because it's a greater accomplishment.
It's okay. We'll be done with school probably. We'll probably be on winter break. So if you need to recuperate,
But
You don't
there's
have
only
to
2
worry
weeks
about
of winter break this
You
year.
don't need 2 weeks, bro. I'll give you 20 minutes to recuperate. What the?
just drink some milk or something, soy milk or something. You'll be fine. It's okay.
Alright.
You can eat a little bit, but yeah, this is
Yeah.
for This is for a future episode. Look forward
Okay,
to
so if
that,
you
everyone.
don't do it, you can. It's probably Daniel's fault. He's probably the reason why we're not doing it.
What do
That
you
is
mean?
true.
I eat
But we are.
spicy food.
Agree.
Alright, we'll see
100%
then.
are.
Thanks everyone for listening. You can listen to us on through the radio at UCLA. I don't know.
You're just making
Alright.
shit up now.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. Wish everyone a happy early Thanksgiving. And yeah.
Yep.
Stay safe.
Hopefully we'll have families. I mean, stories that come at the end of it.
Yeah, we'll
Yep,
bring some
you're right.
nice stories for next time. Please look forward to the next episode.
Yep.
What's our next
Yeah.
episode? Daniel eats a big toe. Daniel eats a toe on stream.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
No, I do not support this one.
Alrighty. Happy Turkey Day, everyone.
Happy Turkey Day, everyone.
Farewell.